Hey guys, today I wanted to record a video about 5 of some very haunted places in Tennessee. I know it's pretty new for my channel and I've never done a video like this, but if you like it, please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications of any of my future videos. So let's just get into it. The first place is Wheatland Plantation, and it's located in Sevierville, Tennessee. It was actually the second home built on the land because the first home went down in a blaze, taking 3 young lives with it, which were actually the original owner's granddaughters. Because of this, there are rumors of a childlike presence that takes place in the basement of the home, so it's pretty interesting to hear that. And also, some paranormal investigators have recorded chanting and singing on their electrical equipment, and the reason for this is suspected to be that there's a mass grave behind the home located very closely that consists of 28 Cherokee Indians, 68 African slaves, and 2 Revolutionary War soldiers. So there have also been 70 reported murders on the property, which is absolutely insane. You wouldn't really expect that, but to have 70 murders on a property, I'd say it has to be pretty haunted and has a lot of spiritual activity. Number 2 is the Hales Bar Marina and Grill in Guild, Tennessee. Constructed in 1905 to try and tame the whirlpool in the nearby river. It was a dam that was built to try and contain that, and it's normal to hear Native American war cries, chanting, unexplained black figures. And that's because apparently the Native Americans that were located near it, the dam so much that they even cursed it. Well, folklore says that if you get too close to this dam, you will drown and die. And they do offer tours for anyone that is brave enough to do that. And I live in Tennessee, so hopefully one day I'll get to do that because it sounds really cool. On these tours, there have been reports of Native American figures circling the waters, as well as a young girl in a pink dress, which people say that this young girl in a pink dress actually fell in the water and drowned, and they were never able to recover her body. Number 3 is Rotherwood Mansion in Kingsport, Tennessee, and this is actually extremely close to my house, and I don't know how I've never heard of this before, but it's amazing. And apparently it was built in 1818 by the wealthy Reverend Frederick Ross. And the home was meant to be a sanctuary for his family, and it was meant to be a place of love and light. Sadly, Ross's daughter, Rowena, had so much heartbreak in this home. She watched her first fiancé drown on their wedding day in the nearby river. And she lived in solitude for many years after that, but once again, one day she tried for love, and her next love was actually killed by yellow fever within the first year of their marriage. And you can only imagine how devastating that'd be. She actually married a 3rd time and finally had a child, a young girl, or a baby girl, and lived very happily for a little bit, and it ended up that her 3rd husband also passed away, which is very sad. And with that heartbreak, she actually kind of gave up and actually ended up drowning herself in the nearby river that her first love had drowned in. Often see her searching for her first love on the property on occasion, as well as later on in the property's history, a slave owner apparently owned the land, and it's not known very well of what happened with that or why so many hauntings came after that, but later reports where there were a black dog wandering the property, as well as howls late at night, disembodied laughter, and ominous ghostly eyes staring through windows on the property. Number 4 is Sinister Tunnel, and it was built in the 1920s, named after the landowner Edward Sinister. And I've actually been to this place a few times. It's a very popular place near where I live, so a lot of the teenagers and stuff go down there and hang out. And it's not exactly frowned upon because the place is so tagged and graffitied, and it's awful to think that way, but on this land there are 3 versions of the legend. The first version is that Edward Sinister actually let a homeless man into his home as an act of charity. And when this man was caught trying to steal jewelry from the home, he actually was held at gunpoint by Edward Sensabaugh. The man used his young daughter as a shield and actually got out of the house, went into the tunnel, drowned the young girl, and then left. And the second version is that Edward just kind of went mad and killed his entire family and placed their bodies in the tunnel. And the third version is that Edward lived to an old age, not really dying until the 1950s, and that all of his children did survive and the family was fine. It's just that as he got older, people would come and graffiti and hang out in the tunnel, and he didn't like that, so he would come and shriek at the top of his lungs and scare people out of the tunnel. That's the most widely believed version of the story. Legend says if you switch your car engine off in the tunnel in the middle of it, you will actually not be able to switch the engine back on for a few minutes. And I've actually experienced this firsthand, and it's absolutely terrifying to happen to your car because you don't think you're ever going to get out of there. It's a pretty ominous place. Like, there's a river or a creek that pretty much runs through the tunnel, and there's graffiti all over the wall. Terrifying. But legend also has it that you will hear footsteps of Edward Sensabaugh himself, as well as a baby crying, and occasionally people will see a woman appear in their back seat. Personally, friends and I have experienced thrown rocks, car malfunctions, whispers, and even being pushed on occasion. So it's a pretty terrifying place, and if you want to go there, I mean, it's completely open to the public, but it is pretty intense and scary. But fifth place, and the most well-known place in Tennessee, I think, that is the Bell Witch Caves in Adams, Tennessee. And it is very well known and a very credible source of haunting. There have been movies and books, and just pop culture has recognized this place in general. And the story is based on a feud between two neighbors, John Bell, who lived next to Kate Batts. Now, legend says that Kate tortured Bell's daughter, Betsy, through childhood. Kate believed she had been cheated in a land deal, so therefore always cursed the family and hated the family. And she actually swore to haunt the family forever on her deathbed. So that's where the legend says that the Bell Witch Cave became haunted, and just as the legend was so widely believed that Andrew Jackson, before he was president and was actually a general, went to stay on the land with his men and said in a quote that, "I had rather face the entire British Army than spend another night with the Bell Witch." The home was so famous, it was torn down because of safety reasons, because so many people were going to this home and just intruding, and it was just a very popular place. You can still visit the cave though, where there are reports of strange looking animals, chain rattling and knocking, and of course black ominous figures, just crazy things that you would see there. But yeah, that is the entire list, and I hope that you enjoy this video and let me know what you think. Hopefully I can make a few more videos like this and get a little more comfortable on camera and start doing this reporting and research, and I really enjoy it. So just leave me a like if you enjoyed the video so I know to do more like this. Hit the subscribe button and the bell if you want to get notifications when I do upload. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Bye.